Hello, hi, it's Ailsa from Fitness with Ailsa, and welcome to our seniors workout for this morning. I'm going to just let a few minutes go by just to allow people to come on, and hopefully you're going to actually join in the workout with me. I normally do this workout with my parents, with my mother-in-law, my aunt, and a few other members of the family. So it's going to be very strange just me being in front of the screen with you, but I'm hoping that you're there and that you're going to be able to join in with me. I'll just tell you a little bit about what we do with the exercises. We've been doing these exercises for seniors for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and it's been so lovely because we've actually used it on a daily basis to connect, to see each other, and to also just energise ourselves a little bit. Some days we're feeling a little bit under the weather, some days we're feeling great, and we can all pull from each other, which is really important, especially in this lockdown environment. So today, the workout we're going to do is we're going to actually do a seated workout as well as a standing workout, and hopefully it's going to be for all levels. If you feel that you can do a little bit more, then you can add some cans in to any of our arm exercises, but maybe on this first one then you can actually just join me and just see how it's all about. It'd be great if you can join in. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off seated, so if you can make sure you have a chair and that it actually has no arms, that would be great. And I'm going to just get myself into position, and I'm going to just get started, and other people hopefully will just keep joining as we go through. And hello, and we'll just keep going, and you can just join in. And the idea of this is to mobilise joints, it's to just energise the body and hopefully take your mind space off anything that you normally do just for 20 minutes or so, and that you'll hopefully have then the rest of the day to just enjoy and feel good. So the first thing we're going to do is just make sure when we're seated that we're seated on our chair in the right way. So I'm just going to make sure we're just doing that properly. So normally we're sitting with our backs against the chair, and what I want you to do is I want you to sit forward in a chair that's quite nice and sort of seated with no arms, with your bottom towards the front, making sure that your ankles are under your knees and that your knees are in line with your hips. So that's our first thing to do, is just to get our positioning right. We just want to make sure that we do our posture checks, because every time we do any exercise, we want to do it with some strength. So we're just going to make sure that our feet are nice and evenly underneath our knees, and make sure that your weight is through the full foot. You shouldn't be placing too much pressure forwards or back. We want you to be in a neutral position, sitting nice and tall. We want to make sure that you have actually got your core pulled into your tummy, goes towards your spine, that your shoulders are up and back, that we're not flaring our ribs, but that it's nicely lifted. Our chins are parallel to the floor, and we've got this invisible line going up through our bodies. What I want you to do first of all is to just ground yourself on this chair. I want you to do 3 buttock squeezes with me. So I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. When we breathe out, we're going to squeeze. When we breathe in, we're going to release. So let's have a go at doing that. So we're going to inhale and exhale, squeeze up through your buttocks. And release, inhale, exhale, squeeze up. Inhale to release, exhale, squeezing up. Good. When you can feel that squeezing up, I just want you to just keep a little bit of engagement into that area so that you are seated really nice and tall. And we're going to use our breath to just calm ourselves down, to get ourselves into a right position, and to get ourselves actually moving correctly. So I want you to do 3 lovely deep breaths for me. In through your nose, out through your mouth, keeping those shoulders down and back. So deep breath in and out. Try and breathe into this lower part of your ribs. In and out. And again, deep breath in and out. One of the things that we do all the time is shallow breathe. Deep breathing is actually really good at calming ourselves, centering ourselves. So we're also going to use our breath to just hold our core in. what I want you to do is I want to pull down through your core, and I want to pull up through that pelvic floor just to engage it. And when we pull up through our pelvic floor, what that feels like is you just need to pretend that you're stopping yourself from passing wind and stopping yourself from having a wee, because that's the hammock underneath us that holds our major organs that we want to just have some nice control over. So we're going to do again, we're going to deep breath in, and on the exhale I want you to squeeze up through that pelvic floor, just squeezing up, and also pulling that tummy as well, and release. Excellent. So you're inhaling now, and you're pulling up and in. Good. And release. Good. Inhale. Exhale, pulling up and pulling in through that tummy. Good. Well done. So we're going to start off by just mobilising our cervical spine. Our shoulders and our neck can get quite tense, so I want you to just tilt your head down to the right and back up to centre. What I want you to do is breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth when you're tilting to the other side. So let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Keeping your shoulders down and keeping that torso nice and pulled up. Good. Last time, and up. We're going to actually rotate our heads to the right. We're going to drop our chin down to the chest and around to the left, back up to centre. So inhale here, exhale to the side, exhale down, back to centre, out to one side, down and around, and then back to centre. You sometimes get very stiff necks. Keep those shoulders down, and last time to the side, around, and back to centre. Excellent. We're going to just do some nice shoulder rolls. So just take a nice deep breath in and out. We're rolling backwards with our shoulders because we get very used to slumping forwards. So let's pull those shoulders up and back. Really roll those around and get some mobilisation through there. Great. Okay, so seated nice and tall. Always keep just reconnecting where we are with our seated position. Hands are going to go down by our sides. We're actually going to do a side bend, so working through our lateral side. You're going to actually just drop down to the side, just pulling up through your side. Try not to drop too much into there, and as you come back up, you're going to inhale. So you're going to exhale as you go down. Inhale up. Pretend you've got two pieces of glass, one in front and one behind you to keep yourself upright. So try not to tip forwards or tip back, and keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Really stretching up through this bit and back. So exhale as you go down. Inhale, return. Exhale as you go down. And inhale, return. We're going to actually add an arm in, so just take your arm up to the ceiling, pressing up. That's it, and come back down, and we're going to go through a flow motion all the way through. Tummies are in, and we're exhaling. In we go down. Exhale as you go up and over. Really stretching through. It's lovely for your thoracic spine. It's good for your obliques. We're just having a really nice chance to just mobilise ourselves. That's our last one. Good. We're going to take our hands in front of us. We're going to put them into a prayer position. Palms together, and your chin and your tops of your fingers are going to be almost like an invisible line. You're going to rotate, so I want you to keep your hips and your legs nice and still, and you're going to actually just rotate that thoracic spine. It's a very small movement, and come back, but keep your head and your hands in line. So you're going to inhale here, exhale to the left, inhale, return, exhale to the right, inhale, return, exhale to the left, inhale, return, last one to the right. Good. Now we're going to take our arms forward. So I'm going to show you this sideways on. You're going to take your arms forwards, keep that position. We're going to do a bow and arrow. So you're going to be reaching forward with one hand, and you're going to be taking your elbow back, and you're going to be looking over your shoulder towards that elbow and then coming back to centre. You're going to do the other side. You're going to take an exhale and back to centre. Palms together, reaching forward with this hand and back with the other elbow, looking over your shoulder. This is a great stretch for the top of your back. and your shoulders. Tummy's pulled in. Excellent. Another 2. Nice and controlled. And again. Back to centre. Good. Let me come round to the front. Excellent. We're going to place our hands on our shoulders and we're just going to rotate our shoulders around. So you're going to take them forwards and around. So I'm doing mine in an anti-clockwise way. That's it. Keeping that torso pulled up, our tummies are pulled in. Making sure our legs are hip width apart, that we're grounded on that chair, and take them forward. Good. Nice breathing as you go. It should be calming, but you're also mobilising and getting some energy through those joints and through those muscles as well. Good. Fantastic. We're going to do some arm exercises now. Now, if you do have any cans and you want to add a little bit of weight to these, you can. But we're going to start off by taking our arms out to the side. And you're going to do it so that your thumbs are pointing upwards. So if you have cans, you'll be actually like this. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands down for 5 and then back up to centre. So we're going to come down and then we're going to take them back up. We're going to do this under control and with a flow motion. And you're going to breathe as we do it. So that's 3. Down and back up. Shoulders are down, our tummies are pulled in and down. Good. This time I want you to take your arms all the way up to the ceiling. I want you to take them all the way up, reaching really tall with those fingers and coming back down. I want you to also tilt your bottom under a little bit all the way down. Try not to arch your back when you're doing this. Breathing. Inhale at the top, breathing out. We do things controlled. You actually use your motion of your muscles and your joints properly. You're not going to injure yourself. And you're going to find that where you find you might be stiff in certain parts, that's fine. Just do it to a position that feels comfortable for you. Keep that chin sort of parallel to the floor. Nice and controlled up and all the way down. Got one more, all the way up. Good. And all the way down. Tummies are in. Good. And we're just going to roll those shoulders out. Excellent. We're really working the tops of those shoulders there. Excellent. Okay. We're going to actually do an alternating front and back position. So we're going to take our arms forwards and back. I'm just going to show you side on what you're going to do with the one that's underneath. You're just going to push it backwards so that when you come round and through, you're going to actually just be reaching tall with one arm and pressing backwards with the other. So we're going to do 5 of these. Off we go. So nicely pull through. We're working a different part of our arm on our frontal part. There we go. Nice and forward. Clicking bones. I've got clicking joints today, but we all have at different times. And as long as it doesn't hurt you and you can just hear it, it's completely normal. I think a lot of the time anything that cracks, you always think, oh, what does that mean? But most of the time, if it's just your body's repositioning itself. Good. Deep breaths in. Press through. Good. Keep that those shoulders are down. Fantastic. Lovely. We're going to take our arm up to the ceiling. We're going to do 2 back at the top. Coming down, centre down. Press away. Good. Keeping your bottom tucked under a little bit so that you don't arch your back. Core pulled in, reaching up tall. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale up. Good. Last one. And exhale down. Great. Okay, roll those around. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to get up onto our feet. We're going to start mobilising our body, get a little bit of energy going through. The first thing we're going to do is just reposition ourselves now that we're standing so that we have a good posture. So make sure that your weight is evenly spread through your toes and your feet so it's nice and centred. We don't press back on our knees. Make sure your knees are soft and they're not pressed backwards and locked. We want to make sure that our hips and knees and ankles are all in alignment. Our tummies are pulled in and your bottom is going down. So as if you're zipping up a pair of trousers that you're really happy with, just tuck your bottom down and tuck that tummy in. You'll start feeling a bit of engagement in that core, which is what we need. Make sure you're lifting it through that torso. Make sure that your shoulders are back and down. Chin is parallel to the floor, and you're pulling up through the top of your head. Excellent. So the first thing we're going to do with the standing is we're just going to find out where we are with our balance. And what's good about having a chair handy is if your balance is a little bit off, especially one side or another, then you've got your chair handy just in case. So we're going to do a progressive moves. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to manoeuvre our weight onto the leg that we're going to have as standing. So this is my standing leg, and I'm just going to paint a line forwards with my foot forwards and bring it back to where I was in the centre. And then I'm going to manoeuvre myself to this side, and you're going to manoeuvre that leg forward, painting that line forward and then pulling it back. I want you to do this in a flow motion. I want you to take a deep breath in, exhale as you go forwards, inhale as you come back, again over and forward. And we're going to progress this because on the next time we do this, we're going to actually take our leg forwards. We're going to lift it into a knee lift. Excellent. You're still pulling up through the top of your head. Paint that line back, and we're going to do the same again. So you're finding that you're positioning yourself so that you should have some balance, but if you need to hold on to your chair, you can. On this time, we're going to take our knee up into a knee lift, and we're going to also rotate our ankles. So rotate your ankle one way, rotate it the other, tummy's pulled in, deep breath, and excellent, and back. We're going to do that again, taking your leg forwards, take it up, rotate your ankle twice one way, and twice the other. Good. Down and pull back. We're going to do 2 more of those. Excellent. The reason why we do balance is because as we get older, balance is one of the things that can go, and you may find one side is easier than the other. And so the idea is that you progress yourself, you just keep practicing, and the side that is slightly weaker will improve, it'll get stronger. And that's the aim of anything, is just to feel that you're progressing, that you're feeling good, and that's it. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to move the chair away a little bit because we're going to actually do a little bit of energy. We're going to build up some energy with a few movements just to get our bodies moving. So we're going to start off with a heel dig. I'm going to count you in, 5, 6, off we go, and we're going to just do a heel dig. So you're going to lift those toes so that you're really working your calf, and we're going to add in a bicep curl as well. If you don't want to do a bicep curl, that's fine, you can actually put your hands on your hips. But I tend to find if you do 2 motions, your arms and your legs together, you energise your body more, and it also gets more motion in those elbows, in those arms. You're working your biceps, your triceps, you're working your ankles, your legs, and you're getting some motion through your body, which is great. So I'm actually just keeping an eye on a counter, and we're going to do 45 seconds of this. So do it at your pace. If this feels like it's too fast, take it slower. If you want to drop your arms and just do your legs only, you can. If you just want to do arms only, you can. It's all worked around your level. Exercise should be fun and not a chore. Whereas most of the time we think about doing some exercise, we think, oh goodness. So we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. I want you to start marching now. So marching those legs, so you can actually march as high as you want to. So if you want to march with your knees high, you can. But try and keep yourself moving nice and strongly through. So you're keeping your tummy pulled in, you're really keeping your posture nice and tall if you can. You're using your arms to give yourself a little bit of power. And you can even just move your feet like this if that makes it easier for you. I want you to work out to your level. So I'm just going to march it strongly. Feel some energy coming through, lifting the heart rate. And if this is all you do today, then you'll have done something which is important. But all of these things we're doing are going to help you strengthen muscles and hopefully mobilise joints, because our joints can feel quite tired and achy. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we're going to start doing some arm motion. So I'm going to show you, we're going to actually do some punching forwards. You can see my feet are moving. And we're going to then do some scoop punches. And then we're going to do some crossover punches. And the reason we're going to do this is we're going to really energise our arms and our top part of our body. We're also rotating through our spine, and having some rotation is good, but make sure you're moving your feet at the same time. So just keep moving your legs whilst I'm talking. We're going to start punching forwards. It's a very good way of getting rid of any little bit of an aggression or any anxiety or stress. Just use this as a chance to get rid of some of that energy. So 5, 6, off we go. So we'll punch forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to scoop punch. So you're going to take it to the side. You're going to show me your biceps. That's it. Nice and strong. 5, 6, 7. We're going to take it across the body. So you can do this slower. I'm just taking it at a pace that feels comfortable. 6, 7. Take it forwards. Again for 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, scoop punch. So scoop. Show me those biceps. Nice and strong. 5, 6, 7. Across the body. Good. Nice. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. March those legs. Good. Excellent. So if you start punching and you're doing this at the beginning and you're doing this, and you can start working your way up to getting your arms at shoulder height, then you're going to be progressing yourself. So again, start where you feel comfortable and move forwards. We're going to do some natural steps. We're going to do some step touches. 5, 6, off we go. And as you can see, I'm just marching my legs through. You just get some steps in for your day. And with lunchtime coming up, it builds up a nice appetite for you as well. Obviously, you're going to be doing this at different times of the day. So if you do want to carry on exercising and do this exercise maybe in an evening or first thing in the morning, I like doing exercise first thing in the morning, tummies are in, then you can actually save this to Facebook onto your page, and then you can come back to it when it's right for you. So this might be first thing in the morning, who knows. Now I've got my arms going laterally out. If you want to take them 45 degrees, you can do it with no arms. But the idea is we're working sideways so that you can actually get some movement on the inner and outer thigh and on that hip. Good. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march. Good. Okay, well you've mobilised. We've done about 4 or 5 minutes of just mobilising there, which is great. Hopefully built up some energy. Hopefully you can feel that you're a lot warmer. And because of that, we're actually going to go and do some chair squats. Now, with your chair, you can do this in 2 ways. I'm going to show you the 2 ways that we do it when we're all together on Zoom. I either ask you to step in front of your chair like this. You're going to be pressing your bottom backwards. And the reason why sometimes it's easier with the chair behind you is because you want to make sure that you press back with your bottom and you're keeping your knees over your laces. What happens sometimes is, when I say to do a squat, some people tend to go forwards like this. It hurts your knees and then you're not in the right position. So the idea is you're going to keep your chest lifted, your tummy's pulled in, your legs are hip width apart, and you're going to, I like to hold my hands together like this, and you're going to press back and just touch your bottom down to the chair and come back up. Now if the chair's too far away from you, the idea of where it is means that you feel safe that it's just there. So if that's it for you, that's perfect. Better to get technique right than to get the technique wrong and then slop into the chair. But this is really good for toning these big muscle groups. If you prefer, you can have the chair in front of you. You can use it as your guide, so you can actually press back and hold on to it if you need to as you're coming down and squeezing up. Right, so we're going to do 10 of these. Choose your position and off we go. So we're going to start going down, press and squeezing up, going down, and just find your level. I find that sometimes some days are easier than others, and you can find that a lot of the time these big muscle groups, you'll actually find that your heart rate will come up. That's good. We've got 5, that's 5, we've got 5 more to go. 4, good, breathe. 2, I've counted completely wrong there. This is our last one. There we go, good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to now do a pendulum. We're going to just be working around our hip flexors around the front. So hold your chair nearby. We're going to actually I'm just going to show you the motion to start with. You're going to bring your leg ahead and out to the side. And sometimes actually, because I don't want you to push back too hard on this leg, just putting 2 or 3 fingers on a chair makes it a lot easier for balance. So we're going to do 10 on one leg and 10 on the other. So take your leg forwards and off we go. So out and in, out and in. Good. Breathe. That's 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Tummies in. 8, 9. Last one. 10. Excellent. I'm going to just turn my chair around to here. Here we go. We're going to start again on the other leg. So leg ahead. And so if you wanted your chair in front of you, so you can just change legs, that's absolutely fine. Works quite well actually. That's 3, 4. Tummies in. Keep your torso nice and tall and still. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to just do a little bit of a footballer's hip rotation out. So I'm just going to show you. You're going to take your leg around and over and down. We're going to do that the same on the same leg 5 times and then the same on the other. Really helps to just loosen this hip flexor. So if you have any issues with your hips, this is actually very good. It lubricates the joint and it just means that you get some mobility back, because when we sit down for long periods of time, this bit gets really shortened. So we're going to just take the knee to the level that feels comfortable. You can take it to 90 degrees if that works for you. And again, holding onto the chair. You can actually do it with your hands on your hips if you want to. Use it for balance if you want to do that. But I'm going to just hold on today. There we go. Sometimes you need permission to do things like that. And this is our last one. Good. This is a very good exercise to do most days, especially when you're getting up in the mornings, just after you've done a little bit of movement, to just bring this leg. So you're coming across your hip, coming around and down, around and down. And again, if it's a lower motion like this, because sometimes one side is easier than the other, if you've had any hip issues, hip replacements and things, then you know what feels okay. So please work out to your level on this. Good, tummies are in. Last one. Good, excellent. Okay, so we're actually going to go and do a little bit of core work. You're doing really, really well. So again, remember, when you're sitting down on the chair, you're going to sit down with your bottom to the front of the chair. And we're just going to make sure we're pulling up through our core. And so these core exercises should be fine for most of you. Again, you know how you feel. So the reason we do core exercises is we do it to protect our back, but our core supports all sorts of parts of our body. So it's just really good to keep this engaged as much as we can, because most of the time, unless you're thinking about it, our tummies don't get used the way they should be. Right, so again, legs are hip width apart. We're going to put our hands across our chest. I'm just going to show you from side on because it's easier. In fact, I'm going to show you with my chair changed as well. So what I'd like you to do is hands across your chest. You're actually going to lean back and come around in a circle. You're going to be breathing out as you come forward, so and back. And on this one back, you'll find that your core really engages. I'm going to bring myself around to the front. So we're going to do 4 of that side. So that must be 3. Last one, 4. And we're going to go the other way. So turn the other direction. Good. Not only does this mobilise your back, but it really gets your core activated. And you can feel it in that lower section of your tummy. Good, last one. Excellent, and come into seated position, nice and tall and upright. I want you to just lift your hip and your knee off the floor. We're going to do 10 alternating knee lifts. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So what I want you to do is place your hands at the side of your head. We're going to actually do a crunch forward. So I'm just going to show you, please don't pull your head forward. You're just literally holding with your fingers just at your ears, and you're going to lift your leg and just crunch your body forwards and come back. Now my hands are coming forwards, but I'm actually not using them to pull my head. I am just curving my back. So I'm just going to show you from here. So I'm just curving through and back. So we're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, coming straight forwards. So 5, 6, off we go. So 1, remember to breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, other leg. 1, 2, good. 3, pull that tummy back. 4, 5, good. Just take your arms down, roll them back. Excellent. We're going to take our hands back up. We're actually going to do alternating for 10. So we're going to lift and rotate. See if you can bring your elbow to your knee. 5, 6, off we go. So we're going to rotate and down. Remember, breathing out, back to center. Breathing out, back to center. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. Last one. Good. And just down. Relax. Just take your arms and shoulders back. Just bounce your legs through. Excellent. So our last one we're going to do is we're going to take our arms out to the side. We're going to actually bring our knee up and we're going to just pull forwards and reach back. So this is extending backwards with our arms and coming forwards as well. So we're doing an extension and a crunch forwards. So we're going to do 5 with one leg and 5 on the other, coming straight forward, and then we're nearly done. So arms out, 5, 6, off we go. So forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. That's 3. Forwards and back. That's 4. Last one. And 5. Excellent. Change legs. Forwards and back. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more. Good. Excellent. And last one. Good. And relax. Just bounce those legs. Shoulder rolls. Good. We're ready to do some stretches. So I'm going to get you to stand up to do our stretches today. We do a mix of doing them seated sometimes or standing, but I tend to find after those crunches, after those ones there, this area of your hip flexors will feel a little bit tight. And I want to make sure that we've got some stretching out there. So we're going to take one leg in front of the other. We're going to bend our front leg and we're going to, just going to show you from the front. So you're bending the front leg, your straight leg back. I'm going to show you from the back. So our hip flexor gets stretched as well. So we're lifting up tall through our body. You can hold onto the chair if that makes it easier for balance, or practice your balance by not holding onto the chair. Hold onto your hips, pressing forwards. You should have your heel on the floor. It should be parallel, in line with the other foot, or leaning forwards. That's excellent. Bring that leg in, sit down onto it, lift this toe, and lean down and forwards. Straight back, pushing backwards, you'll feel it down this back leg. Really good to stretch your hamstrings because they get really tight from sitting down all the time. And up we come. So we're going to do the other leg. So you're going to take the other leg forward with a bent knee at the front, straight leg at the back, calf is stretched down, heel to the floor if you can. Do it to a position that you feel comfortable. Looking ahead, chest is lifted, chin just parallel to the floor. Excellent. Bring that leg in, sit back down, lift that toe, pop your bottom backwards, holding onto your chair. And you can do this to whatever position you feel comfortable, but you should really feel the stretch down your straighter leg. Good, down that hamstring. Coming back up. Okay, now some people can do this and some people can't, so I'm just going to show you. We're going to do a quad stretch. So you can either hold your leg with your ankle. If you can't hold your leg with your ankle, you can just take it up. We're just going to stretch through here. And sometimes a quad stretch can also be easy. If you have a chair in front of you and you find your balance is a little bit funny, you can actually just do a quad stretch here and just push that hip forward. So whichever feels right for you, do. Okay, and relax, take the other leg. So again, you can either put it back on the chair or just raise it without the support of a chair. Hips press forwards, or you can hold it with your hand. Good, and relax. Also, if you're doing it without a chair, you can just hold onto a wall, whatever's easiest. Okay, we're going to do a nice tricep stretch. So press through from just under here, just press through your shoulder. Good, I hope you've enjoyed the workout today. We're going to take the other side. Again, obviously I'm not seeing who's on here, so I can't see your level, so I'm hoping that you're working out to your level. And we're going to take our arm across. We have these lovely Zoom classes that I really enjoy getting to see everybody, so it's very strange not seeing everyone today. I miss you. Good. Just hold that across. And we're going to do some lovely deep breaths to finish. I'm just going to move that chair out of the way. I tend to like to do a little bit of an energy one. So take it down and up, breathing in, up to the ceiling, and out and down. Bend those legs. Inhale up to the ceiling, nice and tall. You stretch up through that torso, and down. Deep breath up. And give yourselves a big clap. You've done brilliantly, well done. So hopefully you feel energized. I'm hoping that you feel really good. And you've just done about a 30-minute workout with me. Hopefully we've worked all the muscles in your body, and we've actually most probably worked all of your joints as well. If you want to do something like this every day, you'll start seeing an improvement. So if you've got weak areas of your body, I've got a weak knee for example, I just make sure I do things to make sure that it feels better. And when you don't use things, things ache. So your joints can ache, and I know that a lot of people get achy backs, achy hips, achy shoulders. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. So what I'd just like to say is just make sure you have lots to drink of water, especially after doing the workout. You'll be quite surprised at how much water you should be having, especially on the warm days that we've currently got. And just try and make sure you take some deep breaths in, try and bring those cortisol levels down. It's all about your mental well-being as well as your physical well-being at this time. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to save this video and do this again in your own time, as I said before, just go to your Facebook page. All you have to do is share it to your Facebook page, and it's there for you to pull back. If you like these classes, I'm Fitness with Ailsa on Facebook, so please like the page. I'm going to be adding a few bits as we go along, and please do message me if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to maybe even join one of our Zoom classes. I'll keep you posted if we're going to do that for seniors as we go forward. But it's been lovely working out with you. Stay safe. I hope you're all well and safe at home, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in one of my classes really soon. Take care.